Hi, I'm back and I have been stealthing again today. I've had the corset on for 2.5 hours and this is the first time I've worn it out of the house. We've just been for our walk, so Nuka's got her collar on, which has got a little Nuka-Cola bottle cap on it, and her name. And she's going to be good for us today because she was so naughty yesterday, aren't you? So yeah, so this is what I've been wearing today, and it's actually really warm outside. I am still kind of having trouble with the bottom of the corset when I tried wearing something tight, but the corset tends to kind of stick out here. So let me get this off. It is so warm on the second floor of my house. Yeah, so it is getting into proper summer now here in the UK. But yeah, the one of the main reasons I got a long line corset was to try and kind of stop the stomach area sticking out so much. I mean, it was obviously to kind of try and flatten the muffin top area here, and yeah, I was kind of hoping to kind of pull everything in. I mean, we still have a bit of a gap at the back and the hip ties could come in, but yeah, I think I'm probably getting the same stomach compression that I would get in a slightly shorter one. We'll kind of have to have a look when I start wearing the other corset that I have, that I showed you in the first video. Yeah. The other thing is that corsets are very warm. So yeah, today rather than a corset liner, I am wearing this, which is actually a body compression garment, which I grabbed off of eBay. So there's a lot of like slimmers, stomach coverings and stuff that you can get, which, because they're meant to like obviously compression garments are meant to compress kind of fat and stuff. They're very, very tight, so I found this works really well. This one, it feels like a man-made fabric, so I would imagine not as breathable and absorbing as cotton, but yeah, I've got on really well with this. I'm really liking this, and it's nice because obviously kind of covers the bum and the crotch area when you're wearing leggings. I am not a fan of leggings with anything that kind of isn't kind of this low. I can't stand like crop tops and leggings. Leggings are basically tights, you need to wear something over them. Anyway, my opinion. So yeah, I am still finding that this kind of pulls over. Yeah, double check, yeah. You can probably see the front here is not straight. So the bottom is, but this bit here seems to be kind of pulling over still. Now, I didn't know whether that's because I let out this area. This area is kind of stretched kind of more and it's going that way. I did think maybe I wasn't straight at the back, but as you can probably see, the back is straight. So yeah, I shall have to kind of look into. I might measure the top and see if there's a difference. The other thing is, I might be slightly bigger on one side than the other. We are not symmetrical. But yeah, so today was the first day that I wore my corset out. Me and Nuka went for a walk to Starbucks. Had Starbucks, and I did find that as opposed to the other days where I've been kind of around the house, not walking, sitting at a desk a lot of the time on the laptop and things, I've kind of gotten on okay, but as this is the first time I've been out and walking, I did find that I was getting pressure here and here, and that actually got to the point where it was kind of uncomfortable, like an aching. Hi. Okay. Oh, someone's getting bolder in front of the camera. But yeah, so that's obviously to do with my body positioning when I'm standing. Obviously, when I'm sitting, it kind of takes the pressure off this area. I do slouch forward a lot. But when I'm standing, there is a lot more pressure here, which I think is a good thing, because I have large areas of fat here that I want to get rid of. Obviously, as you put on fat and you're wearing kind of tight jeans, low-rise jeans, we all do tend to get like a muffin top effect where the weight goes on just above the jean line. So I am hoping to get rid of that. So I think it will take a little while longer for my body to get used to wearing a corset while kind of moving around and leaving the house. So I don't consider the seasoning process finished, although I've been in it 2.5 hours today. So we've reached 20.5 hours in the corset. I am going to start intentionally wearing it for longer and longer, even though, you know, the last, looking at my record, yeah, literally kind of the last kind of 4-5 times I have not managed to keep it within the recommended 2 hours. So yeah, I'm naturally leaving it on for longer and longer. But yeah, this morning I did put it on and it felt uncomfortable. I got up and put it on before I'd had breakfast, and then I kind of didn't eat breakfast for a little while and I felt kind of faint. So I sat down and I loosened it, and kind of loosened it right up. I had some breakfast, gave myself kind of 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then slowly did it back up. I think it could be a large part because I ate half a tub of Ben & Jerry's last night, so I'm kind of feeling quite bloated. So I put the corset on and kind of tightened it, and tightened it kind of too much, too fast, and because I think I'm kind of a bit bigger in general, thanks to the ice cream, yeah, it just kind of felt too constricting too quickly, and I needed kind of easing into it a bit more. Are you falling asleep? Oh, yeah, she's had a walk, she's had a run around, and now she's going to sleep on camera. So yeah, I am going to put the sleeping puppy down, which she won't like. And yeah, so yeah, we are having issues with the front. Yeah, leaning over to one side. I did undo and redo the hip ties, trying to fix it, but no real joy. Well, as I'm wearing something different under the corset, I will again take it off in front of you today. Oh, I didn't measure my waist. That was silly. I think I've probably undone it too much to get a proper measurement. That'll be the heat. Apologies. My brain turns into some special form of mush when it's too hot. So yeah, that's measuring 28.5 inches on the outside, and that's after I potentially loosened it a bit. So yeah. I'll be very glad to get this off. With the compression top, which is quite thick, and the corset, and my need to wear 2 jumpers over it because I felt self-conscious about this area here, and generally wearing a corset out on a hot day, yeah, I'm very warm. Oh, so yeah, so I am finding this nice and comfortable. A check for lines. I do still have kind of the boning channel lines a little, but I haven't had any real wrinkling around the waistline like I found with the corset liner. So, oh, it is drenched in sweat, which is not nice. So yeah, the cotton's better for that, but yeah, we don't get a lot of sun and heat in England, So I would imagine give it another 2 months and it will be cold again outside, and this will be lovely and warm. But yeah, I'm going to measure the top edge of this just to make sure it's not the corset. That is the reason I'm having it pull over to the left. So I'm going to go from bottom of this bust loop to under this eyelet. I'm going to try and pull it straight. Okay. So that is measuring 14.5 here. So we go on the other side. So as this has this extra edge here, we'll be measuring to this point. So this is just kind of a flap that sits underneath the busk and extends past, you know, the pattern piece. So that's measuring 14 2/8. So there's essentially this side might be a little bit longer. Hi, quick side note. I did watch the video back after I finished it and realised that I got the sides mixed up, and it was the loop side that is slightly bigger. I've laid it out flat, kind of stretched it and measured it properly, and I can tell you that the loop side from edge to edge, and when I say edge I mean literally where they meet up, so for this side from this edge, and for this side just outside of this stitching line here, because when worn you can just see kind of a little gap there, so literally from where they meet there round to the edge at the back. The loop side is 14 inches and 11/16, so that's like 5.5/8 if you're more familiar with eighths. And the knob side of the busk, it's 14 7/16, so that's 3.5/8. So there's a difference of 2/8, which is minuscule and not going to affect the waist training or kind of the corset at all. It's literally that much, but it does explain why when it's on, rather than being kind of dead center, it's ever so slightly this way. So at least I know it's kind of not my body or not something to do with the way I'm wearing the corset, and like I said, it won't affect anything. And as far as getting kind of two halves of a sewn garment right, you know, equal, that's a pretty good, pretty small difference, but it explains why ever so slightly the corset is leaning to the left. So it's nothing to do with the hip ties being open, so I don't have to kind of worry about that. Right, so back to the video. Yeah, so that's me done for today. 20.5 hours into the seasoning process. I think I'll see kind of after the next wearing how it's feeling. I am still doing 25% off in my corsetry shop if you're interested in making your own corsets, which is a great hobby. It's like the most fun thing you can sew. It's ridiculous. Making corsets is awesome. So that does finish when I finish seasoning, so that might be the very next video tomorrow, or maybe a couple of days time. But if you're interested, I will put a link up there in the corner. You can click on that, and the discount code is wasted25. So yeah, that's if you're interested in making corsets. So I will be back tomorrow to see how I get on. I might try wearing the corset out again. I think I need to spend more time kind of standing up and walking in it. I have a lot of posture issues. My normal stance is this, which is not attractive. So yeah, I think it's going to be a case of my body's going to take some getting used to being correctly postured and in a corset. So see you tomorrow.